So if Mardi Gras began via pagan roots that dated back to the ancient Roman Saturnalias and the ancient Greek Bacchanalia celebrations, why then did some people believe it to be a religious holiday? Was it? The short answer was no, but it was intertwined with and heavily influenced by a religious holiday that many in New Orleans, and for that matter, the Western world, took part in. Did it seem at all religious? Was there any?
I don't think most of the people who are visiting New Orleans for Mardi Gras are seeing it in that way. And I think some of them are surprised when you point out the connection to Lent.
You know, New Orleans is a city of neighborhoods, and all those neighborhoods have a church.
The Catholic Church has had a great influence on the city from the very beginning. You know, missionaries were here before the city was even founded. Through the 300 years, there has been a close relationship and a good influence between the church and the city.
You have a bar on one corner and a church on the other. And the church is important because without the church, the communities wouldn't be what they are. And a lot of Mardi Gras music, a lot of the music that you hear, Mardi Gras music as well as secular music, whatever it is, it comes out of the church. It's just music from the hymn books.
The church would teach against anything that's not good for you, and it's not in moderation. All things in moderation. So obviously, if it's too much, you lose a sense of responsibility, clarity of mind and heart.
The church calendar defines so much of this. The Epiphany, 12th night, the pre-Lenten celebration, Shrove Tuesday. However, it would be a misconception to say this is a Catholic celebration.
It's a part of a ritual that is somehow connected to Catholicism, which I find interesting.
The only permanent connection, again, is the Epiphany, 12th night when Carnival starts, and then Ash Wednesday when Lent begins. I mean, that's the connection. 12 days after Christmas when Christ was visited by the Magi, that's the official opening of the Carnival season.
It's the marker of the end of the Christmas season, and so then you start the Mardi Gras season and then Lent and Easter.
You can't have Carnival without Lent, and you can't have Mardi Gras without Ash Wednesday.
The reason why it's called Ash Wednesday is because they go to church and they receive a blessing, which is marked by ashes on the forehead in the form of a cross.
Reminding us from ashes we came, from ashes we shall return.
To a lot of people, it's a very serious thing in their life. What happens during Lent and what ultimately happens on Holy Thursday and Good Friday and Easter Sunday. There's a depth to Mardi Gras insofar as it's the time to have a lot of fun before the more serious time begins.
And people do actually give things up for Lent.
I sometimes give up drinking. Sometimes once I tried to not say anything negative about anybody behind their back, which lasted about 2 hours. But
She's going to give up bacon. Never.
To the season of repentance, which is Lent, it's very specifically to remember the 40 days that Jesus spent in the desert fasting and praying in order to get ready for his public ministry. And it's the 40 days of prayer and fasting in order to ask God to help us to see ourselves as he does, and to see ourselves with our gift and our goodness, but also to see ourselves in weakness and sin, the ways in which we stray from what God calls us to do and to be, and then to choose something during that Lenten time, an attitude or an action that we believe that God is calling us to change.
The point is you give up something. It's a version of fasting, if you will. But
the point of it is to have something just to remind you of your values and the more important things in life, that you stop and remember who you are and you deny yourself the ability to just have whatever you want at every moment.